such a little weird, bizarre disagreement and argument at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Libra. It's going to happen only because you are going to be completely honest. You're going to be completely honest with somebody at the beginning of this week, and what you're gonna say, it's like nothing to do with this particular person or nothing to do with maybe a particular group of people, but for some reason to this person or group of people that you're gonna have an argument and disagreement with, the only reason why you're gonna have this disagreement and argument is because you're going to be honest with yourself, and you are gonna be even more so. You're gonna be talking about yourself, you're going to be talking about your vision, you're going to be talking about your vision, how you would want your future to be. And it's almost as if like this particular person or a group of people, are not going to be able to understand, or they're not going to able to kind of, they will not want to understand, or they will not be able to understand. They will not be able to connect to you on that particular level whatsoever. And this is why there is going to be a little bit of disagreement and a little bit of argument. And I'm sorry, my gorgeous Libra, this is a very strong indication that you need to pay attention to a certain person or a certain group of people in your life. You have to, and you must surround yourself with those people that are good, that are positive, that are optimistic, and most importantly to those people who have got a very kind of a good vibration and good energy. You need to connect with those people in your life and be surrounded by those people in your life who makes you feel good, not to those people in your life who actually not only make you feel like kind of uncomfortable, but they have a certain objections when it comes to you just naturally and just naturally kind of expressing yourself, thinking loudly, expressing yourself and saying exactly how you feel. This is a very strong indication and sign that on one hand you need to kind of really move on from the certain person or a certain group of people. The certain spiritual journey between you and them came to an end, but on another hand you also need to understand that you have to really do things in life that you want to do. Don't allow somebody else to kind of like really tell you what to do or try to manipulate your life in any kind of a way. Really, to use people, like to kind of not use people, but to have certain people in our lives as a guidance, it's absolutely brilliant. But certain things really need to come from us, the way we feel, not the way somebody else feels over our lives. So this is something you need to understand, my gorgeous Libra. It is very important. So you are going to have a bit of a disagreement because of your own vision. Do you see what I mean? Like, honestly, this could kind of be enough for you. This should be enough for you to understand that you're going to need to move on. But at the same time, this is going to make you think. This is really going to surprise you. This is really going to put you off anyway. And it's going to make you wonder, why haven't you done a certain things earlier? Why didn't you make the certain steps earlier? It doesn't really matter. It's happening right now, so this is important. This is also going to make you think, and like how you like kind of how you're going to kind of this is going to make you think how you will want to kind of move on with your life, and you're going to become well aware of which sacrifice and readjustment or adjustment do you need to make. And even more so, you are actually going to get to the really big point here, and you're going to realize that you've got absolutely everything you need to have in order to kind of make the necessary step and in order to move on with your life. And that in itself is going to put you in a mode of planning. For the first time after a while, you are gonna start feeling this glimpse of being so excited, like, oh my god, mind-blowingly excited about things ahead, mind-blowingly excited about what's to come into your life. It's a lot to do with your courageousness, it's a lot to do with your optimism, it's a lot to do with your confidence, it's a lot to do with your self-esteem, like playing an important role here. And it's all going to lead towards you feeling very much so recentered, in your life, which is going to really make you aware of, my gorgeous Libra, that now it's time to come up with a plan. and to plan to transform your life, to plan to change your life like completely. And this is not like, oh my God, I just want to change like everything completely. No, baby, no. It is all going to boil down to like a certain plan of yours that was left in behind, that was left in limbo. And this plan of yours that was left behind, it's a lot to do with where you want to get when it comes to your future. And this was kind of left behind because you had so many things to deal with over the last couple of years. So this is just nicely, genuinely and naturally going to help you to reconnect with yourself and find that missing puzzle, find that missing part of you, and bring it here into this present moment in time, because it's all going to contribute towards you wanting to finally transform and change your life the way you wanted to change within the last couple of years, or like about a couple of years ago. Don't worry, this is important, and I know we don't go back to things from before like in our past. No, baby, no. This is different. This is about you coming home to yourself, but also realizing an aspect of your life that means to you so much. And this is all gonna kind of refresh you and rejuvenate you and give you gorgeous spiritual slap, my gorgeous Liberina. This is exactly what am I talking about. So you are really gonna find yourself thinking about a plan, how you can change your life, how you can transform your life. Now it's time. This is really, really important. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, it's like, oh my God, a very important message that you are going to have. This message that you are going to have, it's really kind of going to make you feel so good about yourself, because it's to do with the justice. My gorgeous Libra, you've been waiting for this for a while now. Whether this is the process of justice, maybe you started some kind of a justice, like a real justice, like a legal justice, and you were just worrying about it for such a long time. You are going to have a very good message. Or maybe, you are waiting for some kind of decision to be made by other people, but it's involving you, of course, so it means to you so much, but you were like, oh my God, walking on eggshells, for a while because of this. So however, whatever you're waiting for, which is if it's a legal decision or like someone making an important decision that involves you, this is going to be so good. So this is how the midweek, it's actually going to start with a phone call or a message or information, which is going to make you feel so happy, my gorgeous Libra, indeed, because this was really making you worried, and this worries energy just turns into something completely different. It becomes very, very heavy on our spiritual journey, and it's every now and then when we can be happy, it's just reminding us, oi, it's always that part of you, that was left unresolved in the past, which is about to be resolved now. So this is going to start really, really good indeed. And also a fantastic news about a certain family member, or someone who means to you so much. Maybe you were worrying about a certain family member when it comes to the certain progress, or maybe you were worrying about a specific person, like a really great friend, or maybe you were worrying about your partner quite a lot. So very, very good sign, very good news you're going to get about the person that you were worrying about. And even more so, there is something very interesting going to be there for you as well. You're going to get some kind of idea as well, like some kind of inspiration, but this is going to be like on a personal level, like an inspiration, like what you want to do in your life, like kind of what you want to bring into your life, like in terms of fun as well, which is just as important as anything else. My gorgeous Libra, like we can do as much as we can work as much as we can be as successful as much as we can, but we must not forget to live our lives, okay? We must not forget to have to have fun, oh my goodness, to have fun on this spiritual journey, okay? We must not forget to have fun on this spiritual journey. I can't believe what I just said, baby. Fun to baby, fun to baby. You see, and also, my gorgeous Libra, do you know what? This is brilliant, and this like kind of couple of situations that are gonna take place, they're gonna make you feel so good about yourself. So the first situation is like a phone call or message about this court or something that is gonna be resolved in your favor, this legal decision. And the second thing is that family member, that person who means to you so much, much you've been worrying about, this is also going to be really great news about that person, and this is all going to kind of really make you feel so good and rather optimistic. It's really going to elevate your energy and elevate your vibration as well, and that in itself is going to put you in a really good mood, and this in itself, it's also going to be the time where there is going to be a very specific goal, my gorgeous Libra, at around midweek. There is going to be a very specific goal on your mind, and that specific goal is going to be highlighted. You're going to wake up literally in the morning and you're not going to be able to tell where this is coming from. You're going to be reminded of something very specific. Something very specific is going to be on your mind, and something that was on your mind for a while but you forgot about it, then it means to you a lot, then it's on your mind and you forget about, dealing with things makes you to kind of forget about certain things, certain aspects of your life. This is the situation that I'm talking about. So you are, my gorgeous Libra, you're going to literally going to wake up in the morning and something very specific is going to be on your mind. It's to do with a goal. It's to do with a certain goal that means to you so much. You will know what I mean. Certain goal and a certain idea. You will know that now it's time to transform this certain goal and the certain idea into reality. This is to do with you making a skillful action, but also at the same time it's to do with you being so confident about your power, because you're also going to become fully aware of a very interesting information about yourself. And this information that you're going to become aware of about yourself, it's going to make you feel so good, because it's to do with a certain skill and how great you are. And you're also going to kind of this is going to make you feel so kind of positive and optimistic at the time when you actually need it the most, in order to understand, not in order to be confident about your power, but also in order to understand that you've got all the resources that you possibly need. You see, remember, you've got all the resources that you possibly need in order to actually kind of transform one particular goal and idea into actual reality. And this in itself is going to make you feel ridiculously confident about your success, and you will know exactly what I mean. So it's not only about you knowing it's time now to transform a certain goal and idea into reality, but it's also at the same time you will know you're going to be so mind-blowingly driven, because you're going to go into such a psychic mode. You will know that this is something that is going to bring you so much kind of success into your life. So you will follow that flow, because you will know that this is going to bring a success into your life, and you're going to become more confident and more confident and more confident about that. But what is really important is the bold leadership, the power of your own bold leadership. You're going to need to put your foot down. Okay, this is important, and you're also going to need to be really decisive at this moment in time. No one can make this particular decision for you. So it's all about being a bold leader, being really decisive. By being decisive, you're going to motivate yourself even more, even further, but you're also motivating others as well, because now the clear direction, it's about to be shown, and that is going to come through your own ambitions and feeling so driven at this stage in your life. My goodness. The last part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, it's just oh my God, this is so good, and you've been waiting for this moment in time for such a long time. This is not related to anything that I said so far in this reading. This last part of this week, it's all about an aspect of your life that you worked on so hard, that you've put so much of your precious energy towards. And I'm not saying things haven't been happening, but I'm just saying that they haven't been happening to the actual extent you want them to happen, to the actual extent you want them to happen, my gorgeous Libra. So now this is absolutely brilliant, because it's to do with an aspect of your life that you worked on, I'm not talking about 2 months. I'm not talking about 6 months. I'm talking about at least a year or couple of years, so very, very, oh my God. This is going to be one of the biggest victories of your life. This is going to be one of the biggest accomplishments of your life. You are going to feel so happy, so excited with what you're going to actually be going to become aware of when it comes to your own success. One of the greatest accomplishments of your life, which is going to lead towards one of the greatest victories of your life. You're going to feel so proud of yourself. And also those people who know you're going to be like, oh my God, like he's amazing, she's amazing, oh my God, did you see what they did? Did you see what she's done? Did you see what he's done? It's going to be amazing. So this is an amazing accomplishment, which is going to make you feel so happy, so optimistic, because it couldn't have happened at a better time and a better stage of your life. This in itself, my gorgeous Libra, it's going to happen completely unexpectedly, and that in itself is going to make you feel so optimistic, so good, so brilliant, because there is an additional information that you are going to find out as well about yourself and about your skills and about your own power, which is going to make you super excited about your future and about what it's about to come. And it's even more so going to put you in this mode of like optimism, excited, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do, which direction I'm gonna go when it comes to my future. Oh my God. And there is so much that is gonna start changing in terms of the actual energy, but also at the same time you are gonna feel the enthusiasm, my gorgeous Libra, you haven't felt in absolute ages. This enthusiasm is your power. This enthusiasm is your sign. This enthusiasm is going to be your clear direction. What exactly do you need to find out a bit more? What exactly do you need to plunge yourself in? What exactly do you need to be, investigate? What exactly do you need to kind of find out a bit more further? What exactly do you need to look closely, my gorgeous Libra? Indeed, this is going to be so exciting, so it's not only about optimism and you feeling so excited suddenly and optimistic about your, enthusiastic about your future, but at the same time you will know that a part of all these directions are going to be things on your mind as well, that you will be so keen and eager to kind of throw yourself in and find out as much as you possibly can, because it's going to show you what else do you need to investigate and find out a little bit further, which is going to be also connected to the certain learning experience. You're going to need to learn a little bit more about something, but this is going to become absolutely evident. What's missing in your life, it's all at this stage, is also going to become evident through you feeling very strongly like you want to learn something. Now suddenly, I want to read up about these crystals, I want to learn about the sky, I want to learn more about the plants, whatever it rocks your boat, my gorgeous Libra, just absolutely go for it. And this in itself, it's really going to make you so brave in order to make the necessary bold move. And this bold move, it's really important. And this bold move, it's also going to be part of like you kind of wanting to investigating and finding further. And once you do all these things, this is all going to lead towards you a kind of understanding, like now I'm going to make a really, really bold move. You're going to surprise yourself how adamant you're going to feel, but you're also going to surprise yourself how adamant you're going to feel, primarily to kind of like really quickly end the certain part of your life. Everything that was like kind of keeping you going so far, now suddenly, oh God, it's going to start drifting into the background, because this is going to seem so much more delicious in compared to things that you have been through over the last 2 or 3 years. I repeat, you have been prepared for this for a long time, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. And at the time when you also feel like you want to make a really kind of bold move, at the same time, you are going to have a very kind of powerful sign as well, very unusual sign. And that sign that you're going to have, it's just basically going to, like, you're going to see something and you're going to look at something, and this is going to be like your good omen, like your good sign. It's going to be very kind of unusual sign that you're going to have, but only you're going to be able to understand this sign, only you're going to be able to connect to this sign, because this is going to be something very personal to you, because that sign is also going to remind you of something that you've been through not that long long ago in such an almost identical way to what you've kind of going to witness. And this sign, it's really going to really kind of bring so much hope and inspiration, especially when it comes to you kind of becoming aware of the certain prospects like coming into your life, which are going to require from you naturally to make certain changes, which are going to reflect your immediate environment as well later on, one step at a time. But then again, this is all going to give you so much hope and inspiration at the time when you needed it the most. You know, it's some kind of question is going to be answered to you in a very, very your own and unique way that only you can understand. And also, my gorgeous Libra, at around the end of the week, what I want to say to you, this is rather important, because you are going to become aware of some kind of a liar. You're going to become aware of someone being completely dishonest, and someone, no baby, no, someone just being not really who they are. So you're going to become aware of someone being completely dishonest with you, and some kind of double dealings, some kind of lies, but at the same time, you're just going to need to accept this person for what it is. That person is not going to change whatsoever. In fact, the sooner you accept this, the sooner you're going to be able to move on. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you can start your own process of the spiritual awakening, because trust me, after that moment in time, you are going to feel even more determined in order to start with some kind of new project in your life. And this new project that I'm talking about, this is something really, really personal, and it's completely on a personal level, and you need this at this stage quite a lot as well. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, what is going to be an oracle card of the week? What is going to be an oracle card of the week? What is going to be an oracle card of the... Oops, let's just take you out. And perception. You see? I need I need someone in my life. No. I've got a moon in a Libra, moon in Libra, yeah. So moon in Libra. So I really like this one particular person, somebody really beautiful, somebody really powerful in your life. I really like this person, somebody very strong, somebody really powerful, somebody really clever, somebody very spiritual, somebody very successful, like not too successful, but somebody quite successful, but somebody also like a bit of weird every now and then. And lots of people don't understand that particular person, and you can understand this person completely. And this is what I like you, my gorgeous Libra, because you're very humble, you're more psychic than you can possibly imagine, you're more psychic that you can actually give a credit to yourself. This is to do with your humbleness, you know, my gorgeous Libra. You're one of the most psychic signs indeed, and sometimes you're not even aware of it. And I'm saying this to you because it's to do with somebody very specific in your life, who is really that particular person who I just described. They are going to kind of like really give you interesting idea what you should be kind of doing, but very interesting idea, because that particular idea, first of all, it's not going to make sense, it's going to sound ridiculous, and then as the time goes by, it's going to kind of make sense more and more and more, until you kind of are not able to kind of stop thinking about it whatsoever. That particular idea is going to start changing you. That particular idea is going to start changing your view on life, and the certain things especially that you were thinking about in such a negative way. You will be able to change your perception, but this perception change, it's only a really good sign that you've actually grew so much over the last 5 or 6 months spiritually, and that in itself is bringing you clarity when it comes to what exactly do you need to do in order to bring an enchantment into your life. Okay, this is absolutely brilliant, and this week is going to change you, my gorgeous Libra, in the best possible way. It is not only about perception, but it's also a lot about you, like, you know, living your life again. You're feeling like a rejuvenated, you're feeling like reborn, but at the same time it's a lot coming from you having such a strong focus on your immediate future. And finally, a peace into your life. The peace, wherever there is a peace, there is also a healing. Wherever there is a healing, people are happy, people are content, people are even more open-minded, you know, towards those things that are calling them, towards those things that they should be doing, which gives them a courage, which gives us a courage in order to make like adjustments or sacrifices at a time in our lives where it may be a little bit scary, because it's just happening with like so many different elements of surprise, you know, that requires from us to respond as quick as we possibly can. And that's exactly what you should be doing, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.